17 days until sweeping mandate forces silver price down. This is frightening. It will send markets into a crisis and force the price of silver to tank. In this video, I'm going to show you how United Wholesale Mortgage has been given the green light to play a dangerous game with our economy. I'm going to break this down so you understand how this will impact the price of silver. I don't want you to be left behind. This is from Mishtalk, and it says 0% down mortgages return. What can go wrong? It's a very sarcastic title because we know exactly what can go wrong. We all lived through the 2008 crisis. The article starts by saying home buyers will be able to buy a home without putting any money down under a new program launched by United Wholesale Mortgage, one of the largest U.S. mortgage lenders. The Pontiac, Mich-based company's new program will be available to first-time home buyers and people earning at or below 80%. Is it sounding familiar? Because it should. They're targeting people who are struggling to purchase a home. This is exactly what happened during the Great Financial Crisis. People who were struggling to purchase a home were given all of this support, and all these green lights were ahead of them to go ahead and get these mortgages that they could not afford. All it takes is one person in a household to lose their job, and everything goes to pot. And this is exactly what we lived through. So history is repeating itself. This says that the company had previously allowed buyers to put down as little as 1% on their homes, but it wanted to go further to help home buyers. Poor underwriting practices were a key driver of the subprime mortgage crisis. This is what the article tells us. We all remember this. Again, poor underwriting practices were a key driver of the subprime mortgage crisis in the U.S. The IMF wrote in 2008 that this was a key issue. But unlike the low and no down payment loans that proliferated during that time, when lenders made loans to people who eventually were unable to pay them and lost their homes, the UVM's program is different, they say. The aspect of this program that makes me nervous is the silent second mortgage. This is according to this article on mishtalk.com. It says, it's great that there's no interest on it, but it's a balloon payment, and borrowers need to understand what a balloon payment is. A balloon payment refers to a bigger than usual one-time payment that is required by the lender at the end of the loan term. And this is absolutely setting people out to fail. Look, even if we go to the United Wholesale Mortgage website, it says 0% down purchasing. This is what they're going to be offering. Of course, they're trying to sell this, so they're making it sound all rosy and wonderful. It says to help our mortgage broker partners grow their business and better serve borrowers, we're going to offer an exclusive 0% down purchase program. Simply put, qualified buyers receive a 3% down payment assistance loan up to $15,000 from UVM. UVM provides a second lien mortgage for 3% of the purchase price, and borrowers must be at or below 80% of their area median income. So these are people that are struggling already. This also further says that for very low income borrowers whose qualifying income is at or below 50%, they will receive a $2,500 credit as part of the 3% assistance. So this doesn't make clear that balloon payment that comes with these loans. And this is exactly what hits people so hard. Now, the other part that is coming down on silver with this is that the ratio from silver to real estate. Now, we often talk about the ratio from silver to gold, but there's also a ratio from silver to real estate because this has been analyzed for the past 50 years at least, where you could look at how much silver it would take to purchase a home, right? And this is on goldbroker.com. It says a couple of things should become immediately apparent when looking at this ratio. First, the number of ounces of silver required to buy a home has varied wildly with two notable major crashes over the past 50 years. From 71 to 80, the number of ounces fell from a peak of about $20,000 to buy a home to a low of 1,300. That's a 93% decline. Then, from 2002 to 2011, the number of ounces to purchase a home, the number of silver ounces to purchase a home fell again 90% from a peak of 45,000 to a low of 5,000. So we've had those two big drops. Now, as we see this come down the pike with UVM, we're absolutely going to see people struggling in the housing market. And in turn, what always happens is people take that money that could be placed into real estate and they put into another tangible asset, which will be silver. And that flips the price of silver, it flips the value of silver, and this has happened throughout history. There's another thing that we're told here on goldbroker.com. This says the second thing that should be apparent from the ratio of silver ounces to real estate is that we've currently just brokered down from a third such rising wedge. If history is a guide, this is the article, it says we could see another 90% decline from the top, or about 80% from the current level. Interestingly, the previous two declines took 9 years from top to bottom, with the current top having occurred in 2020. Watch this. That would put us at 2029. So we have about 5 more years until this drop happens.